Summer might seem slow for schools, but in fact, a lot of work is being done behind the scenes to pave the way for changes for the new school year. In partnership with the Needham Education Foundation, the district will hire a consultant to conduct an equity audit report this summer to review its progress on equity, diversity, and inclusion and map out a plan for its future priorities. The report is part of a new multi-year collaborative initiative between the district and the Needham Education Foundation. Municipal producer Yuxiao has more details.
This is not the first time Needham took a district-wide examination on equity. In 2018, the district conducted an equity audit report to review disparities in the schools.
It wasn't anything that was surprising to many of us that there are disparities in our district in terms of the way students and families of color experience the district.
METCO Director Joanne Allen-Willoughby is on the steering committee of the REAL Coalition, which stands for Race, Equity, Access, and Leadership. The members of the coalition convene regularly to develop action plans based on the report's findings and adjust its priorities as the work progresses.
We're looking at curriculum, what we can do to make the curriculum more relevant to our current day and ensure that the history that we're teaching is the correct history. We're looking at climate. How do students feel that they belong in our community? We're looking at professional development for our staff. And we're also looking at our HR policies and how we recruit, retain staff of color, and what kind of professional development do we give to all of our staff so that they are much more aware of issues of equity for all of our students.
The new collaborative initiative on diversity, equity, and inclusion is the outcome of a conversation between school leaders and the Needham Education Foundation on the district's efforts and practices regarding these issues. Assistant Superintendent for Student Support Services, Lammi, is also on the REAL Coalition Steering Committee.
We really came to a place of understanding that the piece that would be most helpful at this point was to really be able to have someone come in and take a look, sort of take stock for us in regards to the goals that we had set and the progress that we've been able to make towards that goal.
The Needham Education Foundation granted $35,000 to the district to hire the consultant.
We're interested in having staff voice, family voices, student voices, all in part of this assessment that we're going to be conducting.
Lammi continued to elaborate on the 6 areas they expect the consultant to provide feedback on and help accelerate the district's work.
We call them our equity goals, and that touches on employment practices, policies and procedures, curriculum and instruction, professional learning, culture and climate, and communications and community engagement.
The Needham Education Foundation has raised the fund and awarded grants to promote innovative projects in the Needham Public Schools for 30 years. Ranging from $3,000 to $15,000, the grants are important monetary resources for small projects that fall outside the annual school budget. In 2006, the foundation launched the Collaborative Initiative program to fund a larger multi-year initiative that will have a bigger strategic effect on education.
With a grant, the grant writer writes a grant and then we review it, we decide whether or not we'll fund it. And we're very hands-off in the implementation of that grant. Where a collaborative initiative is different is that from the beginning we're engaging with the district and thinking through, first of all, what is the project we're even going to talk about, and we build that project out as a true collaboration.
Needham Education Foundation co-president Seema Meloni explained to what extent the foundation is involved in those collaborations.
We, are very careful to not over-influence what that project looks like because we understand that these need to be, these projects need to be driven by district goals, and we are very careful in where we draw the line in our involvement, but it is more of a collaboration in helping, you know, kind of think through sort of how do we set timelines and, you know, endpoints that we're trying to achieve. And so there is a bigger involvement, but that also allows us to ensure, you know, that to our, all of the people who are funding these activities, all our donors, that, you know, we're ensuring you know, we are completing all our fiduciary responsibilities and ensuring that for all of these funds that we're granting, that the work that we think is getting done is getting done.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yuxiao Yuan.